Hi, everybody. It's Scott Hollister with Golfton Magazine, and we are near downtown Kansas City in the formulation lab for PBI-Gordon with Dr. Dale Sanson. Dr. Dale is the Formulation Development and Compliance Chemistry Senior Director.
That's correct.
It is. But just the guy we need here to talk about this product right here, and that is Aethon. Aethon, I think most superintendents watching this, Dr. Dale, might have some memories of Aethon as a granular product, had an interesting evolution. So kind of tell us about the history of the product and where we are today.
Oh, you got a good memory there, Scott. Aethon was originally developed as a granular product. 2 active ingredients, pyrimesulfan, panoxalam. The active ingredient in combination on that granular application was designed for the southern market, and this is still for the southern warm season turf. Then migrated on to a fertility granule, a fertilizer, and from there we went on and we developed Aethon. This is a very unique formula. The 2 active ingredients, pyrimesulfan and panoxalam, are typically formulated as an SC suspension concentrate. So they're suspended in a water-based system.
Okay.
In this case, they're intimately dissolved together into a water-based system using new co-formulant technology along with a penetrant technology that allows those 2 active ingredients to be in that jug chemically and physically stable together.
That's great, and you emphasize this is for warm season turf.
Correct.
And so southern superintendents are going to want to pay attention here.
That's right.
What sort of weeds in those southern markets is Aethon best targeting?
Dollarweed, doveweed, Virginia buttonweed, ground ivy.
Okay.
Very extensive label when you look at all the different weeds it does control. Also controls sedges, perennial, annual, purple, yellow. Again, refer to the label. In the southern market, most likely you're going to have most everything covered that you're wanting to control.
Yeah, a full service product
sure
to be sure. One of the questions I know that you've been getting and some of your sales team have been getting is about tank mixing, about the ability to kind of blend this with a fertilizer product and kind of save some time. And a little visual aid here, you're going to kind of walk us through and walk our superintendents through what we've got working here.
Yep, that is correct, Scott. So that's a question that's come up quite often. You had Aethon on a granular, and it was a fertility aid, and we like that. Now, can we mix a fertilizer in with Aethon in a simulated spray tank? So what I've got here is a lab version of that. Everything's been weighed out in the proper measurement. This is on the label. It's called a jar test. In your facility, you may not have the equipment we do here, but you can still use a jar test in the right proportion to make sure what you're adding is going to be stable. I emphasize the Wales method, and that's an acronym on how you should follow your tank mix order addition. It's WALES. You Google that, you go to any university extension, they're going to have all the details. We can't go through that here in detail. But what we'll do is we will simulate a spray tank where you're adding the Aethon along with your fertilizer in the proper order. So we've got this going. Typical agitation, a medium agitation. I've got this weighed out as it should be weighed out in the right proportion, as I said. I'm going to add this in, and you can see how nicely that goes into solution.
Wow.
Very nice. In the formulation world, we call that bloom. So it's going in very uniformly. I'm going to let that mix for a little bit, and I want to talk about some more attributes of the formula.
Sure.
As you can see in the viewing tube, very free-flowing, not very viscous. Those properties make it very easy to measure, has minimal odor. As you saw, good tank mix capabilities there. There's several more attributes on this. This has a sequestering agent in there. Why is that important? In the southern market, a lot of times you're using reclaimed water or some other sources that may have dissolved solids, some iron, magnesium, some other components. That sequestering agent is going to go in, grab that, and then render that neutral so it won't interfere with your mixing. As that continues to mix and gets uniform, one thing I do want to touch on is the value of an SDS. Don't just take this and put it in your filing cabinet. Look at this, got very good properties on it, especially section 9, the physical chemical section. Look at the pH of what you're wanting to add in your spray tank. If you're within about 2 pH units, most likely you're going to have a successful tank mix. If it's too broad, maybe a pH 3 versus a pH 8, you're probably doomed for failure.
Okay.
Definitely refer to your SDS. Okay, now we look at this, it's nice and uniform. I'm going to add fertilizer to this. This would be a liquid fertilizer. I realize there's so many on the market, but for simplicity, we're just going to use one that we have in our portfolio. And you can see how easy that is integrated into that spray tank. Minimal agitation, but you may want to bump that up just a little bit to make sure you get that good uniform mixing. And there you go. You got a good day planned with lots of success.
Yeah, for superintendents in the southern region, this is a great product. Dr. Dale, thank you for your time today.
Absolutely.
Always great to see you. I'm Scott Hollister with Golfdom Magazine, and thanks for tuning in to Golfdom TV.